Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honor to welcome you to the first Moldova-India Business Forum. Today's event reflects our shared commitment to strengthening economic cooperation, building new partnerships and exploring opportunities in trade, investment, innovation and sustainable development. On behalf of Invest Moldova Agency, I would like to express our sincere gratitude to the Presidents of the Republic of Moldova and India for their support and leadership, bringing our nations closer together. Welcome once again. We wish you productive discussions and successful partnership. Thank you.
Now I have the great honor to invite on stage the President of the Republic of Moldova, Madame Maia Sandu, to deliver her opening remarks.
Honorable President, Prime Minister Designate, distinguished business leaders from India and Moldova, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Moldova. Today's forum gives an economic dimension to President Murmu's historic visit. It brings together two democracies, very different in size, but sharing the same belief in enterprise, innovation, and openness to the world. India's economic transformation is an inspiration. India has shown how entrepreneurship and technology can improve life at an extraordinary scale. We admire its digital public infrastructure, its pharmaceutical industry, its growing manufacturing capacity, and its leadership in renewable energy. There is much Moldova can learn from India, and there is much we can build together. Moldova is a small and open economy. We do not compete through size. We compete through speed, talent, access, and trust. We aim to be one of the most business-friendly countries in the region, digitizing public services, cutting unnecessary bureaucracy, strengthening the rule of law, and ensuring fair conditions for all investors. We want companies that invest for the long term, create good jobs, and grow together with our economy. Our geography is an economic advantage. Moldova stands at the crossroads between Romania and Ukraine. To our west, Romania, a member state of the European Union, a market of almost 20 million people with whom we share a language, a culture, and increasingly integrated infrastructure. To our east, Ukraine, whose reconstruction, once peace is restored, will require enormous capacity, expertise, and investment. And through Romania, the rest of the European Union, a single market of 450 million consumers. Here is what matters for your business plans. Goods produced in Moldova already entered the European Union under our free trade agreement with the EU. You do not need to wait for our accession to sell to Europe from Moldova. You can do it now. And as Moldova advances towards EU membership, our legislation, standards, and institutions are aligning ever more closely with Europe's. In a world of tariff uncertainty, producing inside the European economic space is the best insurance policy, and Moldova is one of the most agile doors into that space. The India-EU Free Trade Agreement brings together markets of around 2 billion people. Moldova's European path places us directly within this new economic geography. Together with President Murmu, we have set the goal to increase our bilateral trade over the next few years. This forum is an important step in that direction. The sectors represented in this room match Moldova's priorities closely. To the pharmaceutical and healthcare leaders, a third of this delegation, Moldova offers a European regulatory path at competitive costs and a workforce that already includes your own. More than 1,400 Indian students study in our universities today, most of them in medicine. We welcome Indian companies to produce medicines in Moldova for our region and for the European market. To partners in energy and infrastructure, Moldova is investing in renewables, expanding its interconnections with Romania, and running competitive tenders for new green capacity. And you have already shown what is possible here. KIC International built the Vulcanești-Chișinău power line, one of the most important projects for our energy security, and a powerful example of what Indian engineering and Moldovan ambition can achieve together. To the technology companies, Moldova has a strong IT talent pool and one of the most attractive tax regimes in Europe for the sector. We know we must now make the leap to artificial intelligence, and we would be glad to make it with your expertise. And to everyone in this room, in automotive, textiles, agriculture, logistics, finance and consumer goods, I invite you to look at Moldova not only as a market, but as a platform to connect with European value chains, a platform from which, in time, to contribute to Ukraine's reconstruction, a place where your investment helps build a modern European economy from the ground up. India knows how to transform ambition into scale. Moldova knows how to transform challenges into reforms. Together, we can turn this forum into a partnership, investment, and lasting economic ties. Come to Moldova not only to trade, but to invest, produce, and innovate with us. You will find an open country, a committed government, and a reliable partner. Thank you.
Now I have the absolute honor to invite on stage Her Excellency Draupadi Murmu, President of Republic of India.
Her Excellency, Mrs. Malas Sandu, President of Moldova, honorable members, parliament members from the India, honorable ministers, distinguished business leaders, representatives of business associations, ladies and gentlemen, Namaskar. It gives me immense pleasure to attend the India-Moldova Business Forum today. I thank you all for your presence here, including representatives of leading businesses from India and Moldova, along with members of business associations and Invest Moldova. My visit to Moldova is the first state visit by an Indian president, reflects India's commitment to deepening engagement with Moldova in all spheres, including political, economic, cultural, and people-to-people ties. I am accompanied by a large business delegation from India. Their presence demonstrates the growing confidence of Indian industry in Moldova's economic potential and its commitment to building long-term partnership. India and Moldova have enjoyed warm and friendly relations since the establishment of diplomatic relations in 1992. Our partnership is based on mutual respect, democratic values, and a shared commitment to peace, development, and international cooperation. As India advances towards its vision of Viksit Bharat 2047, we seek partnership built on trust and shared prosperity. India today is among the fastest growing major economies, driven by entrepreneurship, digital transformation, manufacturing excellence, and a young, skilled workforce. At the same time, Moldova has a reform-oriented outlook, strategic location, talented human capital, and growing integration with European markets, which makes it an important destination for Indian businesses. There is immense potential for collaboration across diverse sectors such as digital technologies, artificial intelligence, cyber security, fintech, digital public infrastructure, infrastructure development, renewable energy, advancement at manufacturing, logistics, agriculture, food processing, pharmaceuticals, biotechnology, and healthcare. I am happy that most of these sectors are represented here today. I am greatly encouraged by the growing cooperation in the energy sector. I have been told that a high voltage transmission line connecting this city with Romania is being implemented by Indian companies, which will contribute to enhancing Moldova's energy resilience and regional connectivity. Indian companies are interested in participating in the development projects of Moldova in renewing energy sector, including solar energy, battery storage, smart grids, green hydrogen, and other clean technologies. India also offers good business opportunities for Moldovan companies for trade and investment. We remain committed to fostering a transparent, predictable, and investor-friendly business environment. I invite Moldovan businesses to come and explore India. I also encourage Indian businesses to look at the opportunities in Moldova. Your enterprise, vision, and commitment will be instrumental in building enduring economic partnerships. I am confident that today's interactions will lay the foundation for new partnerships and innovative collaborations, taking economic cooperation between India and Moldova to new heights. Let us work together to write a new chapter in the India-Moldova economic partnership. I wish the Business Forum every success and all participations fruitful deliberations. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Now I have the pleasure to invite on stage the designated Prime Minister of the Republic of Moldova, Mr. Vasile Tofan.
Honorable President Sandu, President Murmu, distinguished members of the Indian delegation, business leaders from India, Moldova, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Moldova. It's a great honor to receive President Murmu today on the first visit by President of India to Moldova. I'm also grateful that you came on a Monday because tomorrow Parliament votes on my government, and in a democracy, one can never be entirely certain of the outcome. Had you arrived on Wednesday, I might have been sitting in the audience rather than speaking from this stage. Moldova and India may seem far apart, but India has been part of our lives for much longer than many of our visitors realize. In my Soviet childhood, Hollywood was scarce, but Indian cinema was everywhere. Mithun Chakraborty is one of my heroes. Dance Dance, Zita and Gita were the films of our generation. They shaped our image of India, colorful, courageous, romantic, and full of dance moves that, in my case, I have to admit, were far more ambitious than successful. India also entered our culture through literature. Mircea Eliade, many of you will know, Maitrey, inspired by his years in Kolkata, the famous novel, became an iconic book for generations of readers from Moldova and Romania. I still remember my heartbeat accelerating as I read it, an early and powerful encounter with India's intellectual and emotional world. Today we have the opportunity to build on that cultural foundation with greater economic ambition. Madam President has presented the strategic case for a stronger economic partnership, Let me add the perspective I know the best, one of an investor. I have spent of my professional life in business and investment. I know that country presentations can be impressive, but investment decisions ultimately come down to a few practical questions. Can I reach my customers? Can I find the right people? Can I trust the rules? And will somebody answer my call when a problem arises? My commitment is to make sure that Moldova's advantages work not only in presentations, but in practice, in permits, customs procedures, infrastructure connections, and everyday interactions with the state. Our ambition is to become the most business-friendly country in Europe. Investors must feel the difference. Fewer unnecessary procedures, competitive taxation, digital services and decisions taken in weeks rather than years. Our IT sector already shows that what this can mean and what the potential is. Companies operate under a single 7% tax, replacing 7 other taxes. Moldova offers strong engineers, multilingual teams, and the time zone advantage needed to serve European clients in real time. For Indian software, AI, cyber companies, Moldova can be a nearshoring base and a European development center. My own test of success, I know it's ambitious, but this is the test, would be simple. A direct Chisinau-Bengaluru flight, several years from now, proved that the digital corridor between our nations is a real business route. In pharma and life sciences, the opportunity is equally practical. Moldova can offer a competitive base for GMP-certified production, packaging, generics, medical devices, research and services with standards increasingly aligned with the EU market. Indian companies bring world-class manufacturing capabilities. Moldova can help bring those capabilities closer to the European patients and customers. This is what I mean, and this is what Madam President refers to when we describe Moldova as a platform from which an Indian company can build a European-facing team without the cost structure of larger markets. A platform for manufacturing, packaging, or assembling products closer to EU. A platform for logistics, engineering, and services connected both to the European Union and, in time, to Ukraine's reconstruction. I have studied the list of companies represented today. It includes healthcare, AI, cyber, engineering, construction, metals, circular economy, agri-tech, logistics, finance and hospitality. It is a strong match with Moldova's priorities and opportunities. Some of you may find customers, talent or partners here. Others may build production, technology or regional service operations. My request is simple. Test us. Just test us. Bring us a serious project, identify the needs and judge us by how quickly we will respond to those needs. Investors need predictable rules, capable counterparts, and practical support. You will find that in Moldova and in me. Making that step takes courage and determination. Some of you may still hesitate. President Murmu has shown that courage is not merely something to speak about. Sometimes it means stepping into the cockpit of a fighter jet. That was very impressive, Madam President. We should take inspiration from her and bring the same boldness to this partnership. Think bigger, move faster, and turn ambition into concrete projects. India now knows how to turn ambition into scale. Moldova brings strategic location, business friendliness, and speed. Together, those two can be a very powerful combination. Thank you and welcome to Moldova.
Now I have the pleasure to invite on stage Mr. Anand Swarup, the General Secretary FICCI.
Honorable President of the Republic of Moldova, Her Excellency Maya Sandu, Honorable President of the Republic of India, Her Excellency Draupadi Murmu, Mr. Vasil Tofan, Designated Prime Minister, Republic of Moldova, Excellencies, dignitaries, delegates, industry leaders from India and Moldova, ladies and gentlemen. It is a privilege and an honor for FICCI to be associated with the Moldova-India Business Forum and for me personally to offer this vote of thanks. At the outset, allow me, on behalf of Indian industry and FICCI, to convey our deep appreciation to both the presidents for gracing this forum with their presence today. Their guidance and vision send a very clear signal that India and Moldova are committed to building a stronger, future-oriented economic partnership that benefits businesses and people. We are equally grateful to Mr. Vasil Tofan, designated Prime Minister, for his keynote remarks and for outlining Moldova's priorities for growth, investment, and international cooperation. His words give our business communities a clear sense of direction and confidence as we explore new avenues together. This business forum comes at an important moment. India and Moldova have already laid a solid foundation in our relationship through political goodwill, institutional mechanisms, and growing sectoral ties. What we seek to do is to translate this into more substantive economic partnership with greater trade, more investment, and deeper collaborations across multiple key sectors. For Indian industry, Moldova offers a compelling proposition: a dynamic economy, a highly literate and skilled workforce, and a strategic location that links the European Union, the Black Sea region, and the wider European market. For Moldovan businesses, India offers scale, diversity, and opportunity, a large and growing market, deep strengths in manufacturing and services, and a rapidly evolving innovation and startup ecosystems. Together, these complementarities can create new value chains, joint ventures, and long-term partnerships that extend well beyond our bilateral trade numbers today. On behalf of FICCI and the Indian delegation, I would like to place on record our sincere thanks to our Moldovan partners, the Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Invest Moldova, sector associations, and companies for their warm welcome and their readiness to engage. As we conclude this opening session, let me emphasize one key message. Today should not be seen only as a one-off event, but as a beginning of a more structured and enduring economic dialogue between India and Moldova. Our aim must be to ensure that the excellent political goodwill at the highest level is matched by concrete business outcomes, investments on the ground, contracts being signed, technology being transferred, and jobs being created in both the countries. FICCI stands ready to work with Moldovan counterparts to sustain this momentum through business delegations, specific sector working groups, digital platforms, and regular review of the progress we make today. With that, let me thank their excellencies, the presidents of India and Moldova, the designated Prime Minister, all dignitaries and every participant in this forum for enriching this session today. Thank you very much.
Now we are closing our official moment, and thank you everyone for your opening remarks. Dear guests, dear audience, now we should pass to the practical part of our business forum. Can please you sit? We continue. Dear We have the practical part. Okay, you will not hear me. Okay, I will keep. Okay, not now. Dear guests, now, how we say, we pass to the practical part of our business forum, and we have the pleasure to invite on stage Deputy Director of Invest Moldova Agency, who will offer a presentation about the country view of Republic of Moldova. Mr. Mihai, please.
Thank you, Gabriela. From this side will be much better. Actually, countries now enter the phase where they are competing with each other. It is a real competition for technology, for human resources, and for investment. So the Invest Moldova Agency is a public institution under the Prime Minister's office, and we are responsible for the investment attraction, aftercare, country brand promotion, export promotion, and the economic diplomacy. So, a typical question: why to invest in the Republic of Moldova? What would you get? So first of all, it is the strategic geographical location between East and West, still competitive operating costs, digital services in the public service, special incentives from the government, still attractive tax system, multilingual population, and advanced IT infrastructure at competitive costs. On the next slide, we have several key facts about our country. The Republic of Moldova has a population of 2.4 million inhabitants with active population of about 900,000. The official language of the Republic of Moldova is Romanian, but it's quite easy for you to find employees proficient in English, in French, in Russian, Ukrainian, Turkish, and German. The Republic of Moldova has extended the direct flights to more than 60 cities, around 28 countries. The GDP of our country for last year was 18 billion euros, and the GDP per capita about 7,600 euros. Indeed, the Republic of Moldova is a small country by area, but it ranks top 20 global exporters of plums, walnut, cherries, apricots, rapeseed, apples, and grapes. And also we top 20 global exporters of wine. In the last 7 years, the number of IT sector employees increased over 3 times, revenue in IT grew over 4 times. Here are the key districts by population. Traditionally Chisinau with more than 700,000 inhabitants, followed by Belt, Cahul, Orhei, and Ungheni districts. As I said, the Republic of Moldova is a small country, but through our bilateral and multilateral free trade agreements, we have access to a possible market of more than 870 million potential consumers. And here it's worth mentioning the deep and comprehensive free trade agreement with the European Union, UK-Moldova strategic partnership, the CEFTA countries, EFTA countries, and Guam. The Republic of Moldova was included in the international financial rankings, Fitch rating, S&P Global Gender Gap Index, and Sustainable Development Report. Here is the structure of Moldova's export structure for 2025. So we are very much already integrated with the European Union market. 68% of all our goods goes to the European Union, amounting to 2.3 billion from the total amount of 3.4. Also, here are represented the main goods which goes to the Indian market: rubber and plastic machinery, fresh apples, medicaments, MRI apparatus, and medical and surgical instruments. Regarding the imports, the Republic of Moldova imports 54% of all its goods from the European Union. And our main importing markets are Romania, China, Ukraine, Turkey, and Germany. If there is a trade deficit on the balance of goods, we are doing much better in Moldova's service trade. You may see that for the 2025 we imported 1.9 billion in services and exported 2.8 billion. The foreign direct investments in the Republic of Moldova, almost 85% of FDIs comes from the EU countries. Amount-wise, most investments goes to the financial sector, which shows strong resilience in the last years, followed by manufacturing, by energy sector, by IT and business services. The FDI from India are modest, and we expect them to grow in the near future. So the net exchange in the FDI stock in the last 5 years shows that the top 5 investing countries are Austria, Bulgaria, United Kingdom, Romania, and Estonia. So we are turning back to what the Prime Minister said, that we expect the Republic of Moldova to become the most investor-friendly country in Europe. And this is why. Moldova adopted SEPA in October 2025. We adopted also the NCTS in November 2025, Rome like at home in January 2026, and created the International Stock Exchange of Moldova, which we expect to be fully functional by September of this year. Over 79% of business services are already digitalized, and the target of the Ministry of Economics is to get fully digitalized by the end of this decade. On the next slide, we are showing several information on the cost of living and quality of life, like taxi ride, the presence of international hotel chains like Radisson, Marriott, Ibis, the price of meals, apartment rate, movie theater, and public transportation. Regarding the talent availability, the Republic of Moldova has 16 higher education institutions with almost 63,000 students yearly, from which more than 10% are foreign students. Here are the students by specialty, and now the Ministry of Education and Research is putting great efforts to change the paradigm and to move higher the specialists from manufacturing, production, architecture, construction, and engineering. The Republic of Moldova indeed has a very investor-friendly tax system with only 12% corporate income tax, 6% dividend tax, and the general VAT tax of 20%. So here are the comparisons with other countries. The government of the Republic of Moldova set several strategic sectors for investments. It is the IT sector and BPO, followed by the national program on industrialization, which consists of automotive, electronics, construction materials, agri-food processing, textiles, and chemical and pharma, and followed by the opportunities in the critical infrastructure, like renewable energy and hard infrastructure. The business sector is a sector in which Moldova excels, with a total proficiency in 14 foreign languages, showing diverse and multilingual workforce. This is the fastest growing sector. The share of IT and business sector is 7.5% of the GDP for 2025. We have about 13,000 employees in the ICT sector and about 14,000 in BSS. 98% coverage of mobile communication network, and Moldova exports almost 90% of all its ICT services. Regarding the Moldova IT Park, it was introduced in 2018. At that time, were only 338 residents, and we end 2025 with already 2,725 residents. The turnover of these companies for 2025 were 1 billion euros, which makes the sector itself already a unicorn. Why is it so special? Why is it so interesting for the investors? First of all, because of its 7% single tax on revenue, the gross salary equals the net salary, which means that for your employees, there is no additional taxes, no additional fees, no additional social contribution or medical insurance. It is an e-park and virtual office, which means that all you have to do is to establish a company in the Republic of Moldova, and your employees may work abroad from wherever they want, from Moldova, from India, from US, or from Bangladesh. It is fast and easy IT visa, and this taxation regime is guaranteed by the state till 2035. 2 years ago, in 2024, the government of the Republic of Moldova went further and included also in the IT part also the business services like call centers and others. Regarding industrialization state aid, this is a scheme which is designed to support a wide range of investment types, from establishing new facilities to modernizing the existing one. We have eligible costs like tangible and intangible assets like land, building, patents, equipment, licenses, and so on and so forth for those 6 sectors which I have mentioned before. So how does it work? It is designed to boost economic development through investments. The minimum investment should be €500 million, equivalent of 10 million leis. and depending on your location, the state aid will be 50 if the investment is located in the center of the Republic of Moldova, or 60 if it is south or north of the country. From that amount, 25% will be grant, direct cashback offered to the investor, and 75% will be partial exemption from the income tax for a period of up to 10 years. The total budget is 100 million euros, and now the intention of the Ministry of Economic Development and Digitalization is to double this amount. Regarding the automotive and electronic sector, I must say that 1.3% of all cars, all white, has components made here in the Republic of Moldova. 120 cities have components for public transportation produced here in the Republic of Moldova. And also here in the Republic of Moldova was produced the longest nanowire in the world. Why this figure is important? When they received the contract from the American company put the request to double the length. They had the possibility to do it 1 centimeter length, 10 millimeters. And they asked the Moldovan company, double it, make it 2 centimeters, 20 millimeters. Well, they did 1.5 kilometers length. Because the problem with the nanowires is not to make the longest length, but to keep it, for not being broken. The automotive and electronic sector is responsible for employing about 24,000 employees. The main products are cable assemblies and wiring harnesses, electronic components and systems, phone and felts, injections and molded part, car seats, covers and trims. And the the biggest amount of those products goes to the European Union market. The Moldovan electronic market has a turnover of about €500 million, is employing about 14,000 employees, and there is about 130 active companies. Here are several big names which we have in the Republic of Moldova: Reichselmayer with 4 plants, Gebauer and Griller with 2 plants, Seben 2 plants, Lear Corporation 2 plants, and the others presented on the slide. Another very important and of great perspective sector for the Republic of Moldova's economy is the agriculture and food processing. The share of this sector in the GDP is 7.5%. We do export our products in more than 100 countries, and the growth in exports in the last 10 years doubled. This sector is responsible for 27% of the total exporters for the last year. Here is the rating of which we are very proud. First larger wine sale by the number of bottles, first in the world with the highest density of vineyards, 6th exporters of plums, 10th exporter of cherries, apricots, 16th place exporter of apples and wine exporter, and on the 18th place worldwide exporter of grapes. Now the Ministry of Agriculture, the Ministry of Economy is putting great effort to change the paradigm for not exporting the raw materials, to let the value to be added somewhere else and to import expensive products. We want the value to be kept here in the Republic of Moldova. And this is why there is a great effort to increase the agri-food processing sector as well. Another important sector with great perspective is the construction materials industry, especially in the context of the future reconstruction of Ukraine. The main products which we produce here is the cement, steel products, bricks, blocks, and cement, and several main names which we have present in the Republic of Moldova, like Knauf, Holcim, Evocolor, and others. The textile, apparel, footwear and leather sector is responsible for almost 20,000 employees. It is generating 5% of total exports, and there are approximately 600 entities. It is committed to qualify, and it has earned confidence of prestigious European brands where we do export, like Trussardi, Armani, Moncler, United Colors of Benetton, Max Mara, and many others. Moldova pharma market has a turnover with a constant growth in the last year. The pharmaceutical industry in Eastern Europe, including Moldova, has the potential to grow by over 25% in the next 5 years. Regarding the pharma market, It generated almost 300 million euros in 2025. And there is about 8 companies which are GMP certified, which have the possibility to produce and to export directly to the European Union market. The electrical system, which was already mentioned by the Madam President Sandu, there are 3 new power lines which are intended to fortify the energy resilience of our country. It is Vulcanești-Chișinău, which we expect to be fully functional this summer, followed by Strășeni-Bucinaș and Belz-Suceava, which will interconnect the power grid from Moldova with the European one. It is a connection with Romanian electrical system. We are doing pretty well in the renewable energy. For example, if we end 2021 with only 3.6% of the energy from the renewables, 4 years later, in 2025, there is already 25%. It's not enough, indeed, but we set the right trend. Also, now it's undergoing the tender on renewables, wind capacity of 170 megawatts. We have opened already the technical requirements, and we expect to have a new tender on renewables, also wind capacity, by the fall of this year. And several big infrastructure projects, like the extension of Chișinău Airport, adding new airport Mărculești. For cargo reasons, railway rebuild projects, Giurgiulești port extension, logistic terminal at Berești near the border with Romania, new hospitals in Belz and Cahul, highway between Romania, Moldova and Ukraine, including the projects in TEN-T and SAFE, and new bridges over Prut. Moldova's role in the reconstruction of Ukraine is quite important. Indeed, we will not be and we cannot be a financier of Ukraine's reconstruction. But we may be a strategic enabler, a gateway economy, and we may offer investors an EU-aligned, predictable jurisdictions adjacent to the Ukraine. In 2026, in April this year, we have launched the study on the Moldova's role in the reconstruction of Ukraine. It was done by the Kyiv School of Economics with the support of AMCHA Moldova, UMAEF, UNFPA, and there are 6 main sectors which we may talk with. It's regional logistic hub, industrial inputs, agri-food value chain, energy stability, human capital and services, and trilateral coordination, Moldova, Ukraine, and Romania regional alignment. The total check of the Ukraine recovery would be about $521 billion US dollars. From that amount, we may find potential in 3 regions, like Odessa, Vinnytsia, and Chernivtsi. And the potential investment opportunities for the entrepreneurs from the Republic of Moldova will be about 523 million euros. I invite you to explore this study. If you will scan the QR code, you'll get directly to the website. Also, on the Invest Moldova agency website, you may find the investment map, where we the investment profiles. It's greenfield, brownfield, existing businesses which are seeking the investors. Also, the Invest Moldova agency operates as a one-stop shop, the single point of contact between the investors and the public authorities of the Republic of Moldova. We may provide strategic services, operational support, networking analysis, and administrative services. And most important, all our services are free of charge. I invite you to explore the Republic of Moldova, to chat with us during the breaks, and to make the exchange of contacts. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mihai. Now I have the pleasure to invite on stage Mr. Suresh Kumar, who will have a speech about business opportunities in India. Please.
Good afternoon, Excellencies, distinguished guests, colleagues from Moldova and India, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a great pleasure and honor to be in the beautiful city of Chisinau at the Moldova India Business Forum. I want to begin by expressing my gratitude to our host in Government of Republic of Moldova, the Investment Moldova Agency, the Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and to FICCI from the Indian side for bringing our business communities together under one roof. This forum is not just a formal event. It is an opportunity to imagine what a truly dynamic economic partnership between India and Moldova can look like in the years ahead. I have been asked to speak about business opportunities in India for Moldovan companies. In my view, this is not only a question of where can Moldovan firms sell or invest, but of how can our two countries build everlasting, mutually beneficial relationship in trade, investment and innovation. India today is among the world's fastest growing major economies with large and young population, rising middle class consumption and deep strength in manufacturing and services. Moldova, on the other side, is building a modern, outward-looking economy with strong agriculture and food processing capabilities, growing IT and services, and a strategic position at the intersection of European markets. When you look at these two stories together, the complementarities become very clear. Let me begin with agriculture and food processing. Moldova has rich agricultural land and is known for its apples, table grapes, wine, walnuts and other fruits. And it is a vast consumer market where demand for highly quality fresh and processed foods, juices, wines and niche agri products is steadily rising. Moldova companies can see India in two ways. First, as a market where premium Moldovan products can find a place, and second, as a partner in building value chains. Working with Indian importers, distributors and retailers, Moldovan producers can tailor packaging, branding and product formats to Indian latest and price points. At the same time, Indian firms can support Moldova with cold chain, storage and logistic solution, helping to reduce waste and improve shelf life. In this sense, India does not sit only at the end of the supply chain. It can be part of chain itself. Beyond agriculture, there is a compelling story in the information technology and digital services. India has earned its reputation as a global hub for IT and IT-enabled services, software development, fintech, digital innovation. Moldova is steadily building its own base of IT professionals and startups. This opens up a space where Moldovan and Indian companies can work together rather than compete. Moldovan firms can partner with Indian IT companies to co-develop software products and digital platform for European and global clients. They can keep design, product ownership and proximity to European customers at home while using Indian teams to scale development, support and maintenance. The combination of Moldovan closeness to Europe and the Indian scale and experience in technology, a powerful one if we choose to use it. Manufacturing and sourcing offer another set of opportunities. India today has strong manufacturing clusters in automotive components, textiles and garments, engineering goods, chemicals and pharmaceuticals. Many global companies source from India as part of their supply chains. Moldovan business can tap into ecosystem by sourcing components, machinery, textiles and consumer goods from India at competitive prices, strengthening their own production and retail offering. Some might go a step further and enter into a joint venture or a contract manufacturing arrangements with Indian partners, producing goods for both the Indian and European markets. With industrial parks and special economic zones spread across India, there is a room for Moldovan firms to identify locations and partners that make sense of their own strategies. Tourism and hospitality may seem a softer sector, but it can be an important economic bridge. India is one of the world's largest sources for outbound tourists, and an increasing number of travelers are looking beyond traditional destinations for new experiences. Moldova, with its natural beauty, wine routes, historical towns, and distinctive culture, and has a story that would appeal to such travelers. Working with Indian tour operators and digital travel platform, Moldovan stakeholders can create Moldova-focused packages built around wine tourism, nature, history, and local cuisine. In parallel, investment partnership in hotels, resorts, and tourism infrastructure can be explored to ensure that when demand grows, the capacity exists to meet it. There is also scope in the financial and investment. India banks investment funds and family offices are increasingly looking at a sector and geographies. For Moldovan companies and institutions, this opens the door to inviting Indian capital into growth-oriented projects, whether in agriculture, renewable energy, manufacturing, logistics, or tourism. There is a possibility of co-investment structures where Indian investors and Moldovan partners draw on European programs and funds alongside their own resources. In inclusive finance and digital payments, India's experience over the past decades can offer models and technologies that may be adapted for local needs in Moldova. Finally, I want to emphasize the importance of education, skill, and people-to-people links. In a long run, no business relationship can be sustained without human understanding and trust. India has a very large higher education and skill training system, and Moldova has many talented young people who could benefit from deeper academic and professional connection. Joint programs between universities, student exchanges, online training, internship with Indian companies, and collaborative research, particularly in the field of agriculture, IT, engineering, and social science, can gradually build human bridges that underpin any serious economic partnership. Across these areas, agriculture, IT, manufacturing, tourism, investment, and education, one of them is constant, that is partnership. The opportunities I have described will not simply materialize because we have organized a forum and expressed goodwill. They required Moldovan companies to take the next step, to visit India, to understand diversity of our markets, to identify specific sectors and cities that make sense for them, and to find the right partners. As someone from Indian business community, I can assure you that Indian companies are open to this engagement. They are looking for reliable partners, new ideas, and collaborative models that create value on both sides. As the chairman and managing director of Seagull International Group, we have seen how building bridges between markets can transform business over time. We stand ready alongside Vicky and our colleagues here to support Moldovan companies that wish to explore India. We can help by sharing market knowledge, facilitating introductions, and assisting in structuring practical partnerships. Let me conclude with a simple, concrete suggestion. Over the course of this forum and in the B2B meeting that follow, let us identify not just broad areas of interest, but 3 or 4 specific ideas or projects in which Indian and Moldovan companies can begin working together immediately. Perhaps a joint export initiative, a technology partnership, a tourism package, or a co-investment proposal. If we can leave this room with a small set of serious leads and a commitment to review progress in the near future, we will have taken a meaningful step towards a stronger economic partnership between India and Moldova. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Now I have the pleasure to invite on stage His Excellency Dr. Manoj Kumar, Ambassador of India in Romania.
Very good afternoon. In fact, it is a difficult task for me. Whether I would be promoting Moldova or whether I would be promoting India, so that's it is a difficult task. In fact, let me start. Why Moldova? Then I would be coming back, I would be saying, why India? I think today I'm removing my cap as Indian ambassador. I would be as undiplomatic as one could be. Because business would be looking at money. Business would be looking at excellency. Business would be looking at money. Money speaks. So let me be as undiplomatic as one could be. Number one, when it comes to Moldova, I always tell the Indian businessmen, if you don't come to Moldova today, never ever think of coming to Moldova again. Because opportunity is now. If you are not coming, after 4 years, once Moldova becomes European Union, they would not be looking at you. They would not be looking at you because after that the long chain would be happening, and why would they look at you? So I think this is the correct time. And as you see, I am from Romania, I am based in Romania. Romania has 1,000 Indian companies. Why would not they come to Moldova? And therefore I would be saying it is the right moment, the advantage of getting the early bird. For example, I think I would not be going into detail. Invest Moldova has given a direct presentation, let me tell you. They are giving 75% direct subsidy when it comes to pharmaceutical. Just imagine that, where you would get. Once they become the European Union member, why would then they continue? So therefore I think I would be saying, when it comes to Moldova, time is not today, time is yesterday. And if you are thinking twice, I think you would be late. You would be late. Then when it comes to the cost of production, let me talk about that, and I don't have that figure, but let me talk about the Romania. The cost of production we have, I think we have some companies, Indian companies, who is currently manufacturing the automobiles in the France. And they are looking, I think he's one of you. They are looking at coming to Moldova or Romania because cost of production is 14 to 18% cheaper. So that's why I think I would be saying that once you are looking at Moldova, as the Honorable President Maya Sandu mentioned, as the Honorable Prime Minister Designate mentioned, as the Invest Moldova mentioned, I think the opportunities are immense. So if you lose this trend, I think I would be saying, I doubt that you are a businessman. Because businessman would be looking for the opportunities, and if you are now missing that boss, then I think I would be saying that I think you are not. I always I have some few business friends here. I always tell, you have money but you don't have brain. Direct. They basically, of course, you can ask me the same question. If I would have been the brain, then I would be in the businessman. Why would I be the Indian ambassador? But I would be saying that look at this one, how the business would be moving, and particularly when it comes to the Moldova or Romania, because if some of you would be going to Romania. Now I would be saying, why India? Do you have a partner? Does Moldova have a partner? Some countries had given you the CCTV cameras. In front of you, the data was going. Do you have a partner? Do you think this one that Americans would be coming to you? Have you not seen Americans? I think I am challenging you. If you are looking at beyond European Union, it is India. And European Union, if you are looking at to become a European member, look at what Brussels are thinking. You are not far away from Brussels. The President of European Union, when she visited India, what did she say? In front of President Trump, she said, coming weekend I will be going to India to sign the mother of all trade deal. And that shows you don't have a partner. You will have to, because as you are looking at a partner of, you want to become a European Union member, then Brussels should be saying, India, no China. So that's why I think it is clear. But then, if it is clear, why would not we go for the marriage? Why are we going looking for the dating? We should not be looking for the dating, no? We should go directly for the marriage. Because Indians, we do not, before the marriage, we don't go for dating. So then, in that case, which are the areas that we are talking about? I think we have identified 5 or 6 areas to talk about. These are called speed, because Indians move very fast. What is that called speed? Supply chain management. P is pharmaceutical. E is energy. Another is education. D is digital. Another D is defense. Let's focus on these 6 areas, what we can work together. Supply chain management. Pandemic has shown the importance of nearshoring. Of course, for the European Union, nearshoring is important, and Moldova is one of the nearshoring target. But what do you need? You need a friend shoring. You need a friend. Where will you get that friend? I said, do you have a choice? I doubt. I doubt that you have a choice. So that's why I think I would be saying that when we are talking about supply chain management, why would not be speaking to each other? Pharmaceutical. During pandemic, India supplied the essential medicines, 150 countries, vaccines, 100 plus countries. What does it mean? India has been called as pharmacy of the world. And you are giving 75% direct subsidy. In that case, why would not we coming to manufacture the pharmaceuticals here? I always say, of course, some of the girls are there, I would be saying, look at Romania. Why we have 1,000 Indian companies? Whether it is fitness center, Indian. Ozempic medicines if you are taking, Indian Sun Pharmaceuticals manufacturing. 20% of the plastic surgeons, Indians. So then why would not we be talking about here, in Moldova? So then I think, before pandemic, India was manufacturing less than 2% of the APIs. Currently, whole world's 40% of the APIs are manufactured in India. So that's why we would be very much happy to be your partner when it comes to pharmaceutical. Let's go to energy. I think Honorable President Maya Sandhu mentioned the single largest solar plant, power plant, is not in USA. We don't care about USA. If you look at the India's infrastructure and if you look at USA infrastructure, you would be scratching your head. Which one is Indians, which one is America's? And then in fact I would be saying, the single largest one we are talking about 30 gigawatt, triple the size of Paris, triple the size of Bucharest. 750 square kilometer of area. I would not be knowing how much is the price that you are paying because you are buying the energy from other countries. But what I can tell you, in Romania they produce 5 kilowatt in €1. We produce in India 45 kilowatt. That is the difference. Out of 9 gigawatt that Romania produces there, India produces 1 gigawatt in Romania on Romanian soil. And I'm happy that one Indian company has shown interest to generate wind energy. That company is here. We would be very much happy to be your partner when it comes to energy, particularly with renewable energy. In India, we generate more than 560 gigawatt of power. Out of that, more than 50%. I think last week at 11:46, exact date I'm forgetting, we surpassed 50% of our energy requirement came from the renewable energy. We would be very much happy to be your partner for the renewable energy. Now let's move to education. You have seen, Honorable President mentioned that more than 1,400 Indian students are pursuing their higher studies. We would be very much happy to continue because education is a strong pillar in our bilateral relationship. Let's move to digital. You have IT strength. I'm scratching. When you are talking about IT strength, I'm scratching. In Romania, 25,000 Romanians are working with Indian companies, for which there is a company called Genpact. Americans are saying theirs, but I can give you guarantee that Genpact is an Indian company which got originated there. Until the President Trump saying this one, that any company of that one should come back. So that's why Genpact went back. That doesn't mean this one that it's not an Indian company. So therefore I would be saying 25,000 Romanians are working with our IT companies. Honorable President mentioned artificial intelligence. When we talk about artificial intelligence, let me talk about the artificial intelligence. Americans developed the artificial intelligence by spending in billions, private led. When it came to China, China developed DeepSeek, spending equal amount, less than Americans. But what did they do? For surveillance. Indians developed their artificial intelligence, and currently who are the largest users of artificial intelligence? 800 million people are currently in India, they are using artificial intelligence. 38,000 of GPU, and when it comes to the rate, 70 euro cents per hour, 38,000 GPU, we provide the artificial intelligence. So that is why Honorable President mentioned about the India's artificial intelligence, and Moldova would be very much happy to take the help of India. Last week I was reading a news article that talks about artificial intelligence, health sector, agriculture, education, anything that we think about. Artificial intelligence. We have made artificial intelligence compulsory from 8th class onwards. Just imagine that where we are. Last week I was reading the news article that the elephants, they are crossing the railway tracks and there are accidents. Now we are using artificial intelligence. As elephants travel in hordes, so they create the quake like the vibrations, and that would be detected by the artificial intelligence, so that the railway stations and the driver would be getting the message. So we would be very much happy to work with you for the defense sector. Now comes to the digital. Now let's come to defense. How many of you would be knowing that Romania, India's bilateral trade, more than 50% is defense from India to Romania? As we speak, more than $1 billion investment proposal is there by Indian companies in Romania. We would be very much happy to be your partner, because we see this one, that you are also increasingly focusing on the defense sector. So now, when it comes to India, let me talk about that, why you would be saying, okay, India and Moldova, we are talking about these 6 sectors, but why India? Of course, we talked about you don't have a choice. President Trump always says, no, do you have cards? No, you don't have cards. But I would not be saying that. You have choice. But look at this one. Let me be honest with you. To 2023, I think most of the countries, and I was reading the Honorable President Maya Sandhu has put it on Facebook that India has reached the other side of the moon, so that's why I am bringing this topic to here. 2023, almost all developed countries, including European Union, wanted to reach the other side of the moon, which we cannot see. Including USA. Russians, with the help of Chinese, because they have the sanctions on them. So then what happened is that the Russians, boom, they could not land properly. Japan, it was Japan's first time, Japan could not land also properly. To our surprise, USA is unable to land properly. To our surprise. Now, Indians, we landed very nicely. We collected the data, we showed the whole world that yes, moon has water. But that is not important. What is important is how much other countries spent and how much India spent. Other countries spent $600 million to $700 million to $1 billion. India spent $63 million, which is significantly less than a Hollywood movie called Gravity, where they spent $300 million to produce a movie. We spent $63 million to reach the moon. So that is our strength. Now, when we are talking about our strength, Why India's strength is like that? Let me talk about that, what India has done. In the last 5 years, let's go a little bit further, last 10 years, India has surpassed 6 major economies of the world. Currently, we are the 4th largest economy in the world. India has surpassed 6 major economies of the world. Which are those? 1991, the GDP of India was less than the GDP of Paris. GDP of India was less than the city of London. And currently, when we are talking about India's GDP has surpassed Italy, France, UK, Japan, Canada, Russia. We are the 4th largest economy in the world. By the time I think you will be finishing your business, it would be a little bit too early, but at least by 2028 to 2030 we will be surpassing mighty Europeans, Germany. By the time we will be celebrating 2047, when we will be celebrating 100 years of India's independence, we will be surpassing your whole European Union. We will be surpassing whole European Union. Between 2050 to 2060, Americans expect that India's GDP will be surpassing Americans' economy. Therefore, when the new president mentioned, when India grows, whole world grows peacefully. And that is why today if India is growing, whole world is growing, because India is the engine of the growth. Every day we are developing 38 kilometers of 8-lane highways. Every day we are developing 18 kilometers of double-lane electric trains. Every day we are developing 12 kilometers of metro line. Every year we are developing 6 airports, new airports. Every year we are developing 4 ports. Here, what do we expect from you? Speed. What is speed? The 6 verticals that we have identified. Along with speed, the speed. Why I am saying speed? One of our Indian company was speaking to Romanians to develop the Constanța port, to expand the Constanța port. Romanians, they don't have a government, they took time. What did we do? We bought Alexandropolis, Greece. Greece unrolled the red carpet for us. Now we have bought the Alexandropolis. We need the speed from you. So that is why let's work together. We would be very much happy. In fact, 4 or 5 months before I had come here, I met the Honorable Infrastructure Minister. I think the presently interim Minister for Infrastructure, Mr. Bolia. We discussed, and the Honorable Minister was talking about that the connecting Moldova to Romania. High speed. Then I thought high speed means maybe Japanese train Moldova is talking about. I gathered the courage and I asked, what is the speed you are looking at? 130. I said, what? 130 is very slow in India. We have Vande Bharat, average speed is 180 kilometers. We would be very much happy to be your partner for development of the infrastructure. Why? Let me give you another example. When you talk about, there is a proposal to have a metro line in Cluj-Napoca to, there is a Floresca. A Turkish company is paying. Every kilometer would cost them 130 million euro. In India, when we develop the infrastructure, metro lines, 25 million euro if it per kilometer, if it is over the surface, if it is underground, 50 million euro. Therefore, we will be very much your partner to develop the infrastructure. That is why we have announced the Indian companies would be very much happy to look into the investment here in Moldova. And I would be saying opportunities would not be knocking the doors twice. Here I would be saying to my Indian colleagues, if you are not looking at yesterday, you yourself would be becoming yesterday. So there is no future. Today, you will have to find your partner here. Here to the Moldovan colleagues, I would be saying, let's identify the new areas of collaboration, cooperation. I am completing exactly 1 year. In the 1 year I had promised, whatever I had promised that I would be participating, Indian companies would be participating in the tendering process of the windmill. We participated. I had promised that my leadership would be coming. You have seen. I think today let's take a pledge that we would be working together to bring both the countries closer. Thank you very much. Mulțumesc.
Thank you very much. Now we pass to the second part of our business forum, and I have the pleasure to invite on stage the President of Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Mr. Sergiu Hai.
Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, I would like to thank you for this opportunity to stay today together and to have this opportunity for economic development. Also, I would like to thank my colleagues from the Federation of Chamber of Commerce and Industry for this opportunity, for the delegation which we received from India. Of course, the previous speakers, they talk a lot about the investment climate, about the opportunities. I'd like to mention about what we are doing as a Chamber of Commerce and Industry to support our companies to be better, more competitive, and to establish contacts with companies from India. Because India, in our opinion, is a very important partner in our trade. We established our cooperation many years ago. Where is the... That's in... Ah, gotcha. We established our cooperation in 1997 when we signed the agreement between Chamber of Commerce of Moldova and the Chamber of India, also this Association of Industries of India. A special moment for us was 2018 in May, when I've been in New Delhi and I signed an agreement and memorandum with Chamber of Commerce and Industry of New Delhi. After these agreements, we started to support our companies in increasing cooperation. First of all, I'd like to mention the visit of Minister of Agriculture in India in 2018 after my visit in New Delhi, and we established a cooperation between our companies, and in 1 year we already export our apples to India. Another good example is 2023, when we organized a visit of Moldovan companies to India. We organized a forum in New Delhi and visit of export companies who are interested to develop business with Moldova. In 2023, also we had the delegation of Federation of Indian Export Organization to Moldova with support of Embassy of India in Romania, here in Chisinau, and we started to develop our cooperation. And after this, we increase our export and import from India, trade relations. And this year, we are going to organize a visit of Moldovan companies in Pharma MatchTech Expo and Lab Next Expo 2026 in September this year. Also, it will be very interesting for our companies to found a partner in area of pharma. For us, it's very important the companies who come today in Moldova from a different areas, because here we invited our members in this room who are interested to develop our IT sector, to develop our agriculture, circular economy, manufacturing, logistics, and e-commerce, construction, which is important for Moldova now. Another topic for us, I think, is education. Members of the Chamber of Commerce and Industry are the biggest universities here in Moldova: State University, Pharma University, Technical University, Economic Academy, which are ready to invite students from India to do their study here in Moldova, because our experience here is very, very important. That's why welcome to Moldova. Our universities are accredited internationally, and they can offer very strong education here in Moldova. Dear partners, I would like to wish today Forum and to business partners a good opportunity and to stay together and to discuss about future. About future, because Moldova is very open to foreign investors and for foreign trade. Here you found people who are ready to start this discussion and to found a partner for both interests. It's important to have interest for both sides. Thank you for this opportunity, and welcome to Moldova every day for economic development and for peace. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Harea. Now I invite on the stage Mr. Iulie Fală, the Executive Director of Association Moldova Fruit.
Good afternoon, Your Excellency, dear business partners, dear Moldovan colleagues. It's a pleasure for me to have a small speech in front of you, to share my experience and my knowledge about the potential of partnership with India in the fresh fruit sector. As you may know, Moldova is famous with fruit production. Just a few figures. Moldova has very modern orchards, very fertile soil. We are a special pedoclimatic zone that creates in our fruits a special flavor, and coupled with tradition and knowledge and passion that people are investing in production fruits, we have a very long tradition. Being during the Soviet time, we were called like Garden of the Soviet Union. Now we are becoming the Garden of Europe and European Union. And we want to share, like this is a picture of a modern orchard in Moldova, that we have plenty of that, and we produce many types of fruits, many varieties, many species. We have modern infrastructure, and we can deliver to India. In 2025, at the beginning of the year, we opened the India market for fresh apples. So we have exported, and we have good relationships in different cities like Delhi and Mumbai, because this is. But we have this geopolitical situation that logistics become too unaffordable. The transit time is around 72 days, and if you keep in mind that for fresh fruits it's a little bit problematic. So here you can see what we have as availability in apples, plums, table grapes, dry fruits, and the seasonality. So it is good for you to understand what we can supply. And to start discussing, I will tell you a small story. Back in 1997, I was asked to intermediate, to help translating two businesses, one from Moldova and Mr. Sandy from Delhi. They were starting to deal in tobacco, and so now they are still friends. They are working together, so it's a good opportunity to establish a relationship here, because partnership becomes friendship. Yeah, it's better to make this friendship from business. We are present in different international retail chains that shows that the quality of fruits are very good. Traceability, certifications are there. to be accepted in such retailers, you need to go through different types of certification. So here we have export potential as a result of export from 24 and 25, and the export destinations are quite diversified, and around 50% we are exporting to European Union, and the European Union market, common market, is considered the most restrictive in terms of food safety and marketing standards, so the quality is high. And if we are discussing about apples, that is the most suitable for India, it's, we are having potential of 150,000 tons of apples to be exported each year. And taking into consideration that India is considered one of the main end market for apples, and we know that we have competition from Turkey, from United States, but we learned about the Indian consumer preferences, and we know that the red delicious is the most apple that is eaten by Indians, and we know when to deliver. So we know how to deliver to different markets. I will not take your time to discuss about other fruits, because it's hardly to export, but I would stop on processed fruits like walnuts, dry fruits, and it is taking into consideration the possibility, is a good opportunity to start collaboration. And a few words about Moldova. Moldova, it's here. Like we can reach any country. We know, our businesses know all the logistic issues related to his business transactions. We have friendly procedure like customs and the phytosanitary issues, and we know the protocols of India, but also for you as businesses, you can learn from today meetings that Moldova is really friendly when you do import and export transactions. We are, as association, we are providing a lot of support to Indian partners and also for our members in matchmaking, finding each other partners both on both sides. So we always meet each other on the platform of international trade fairs like Fruit Logistica in Berlin and Fruit Attraction in Madrid, and also in Fruit Logistica Hong Kong. It's good. So it's our website. You may find any potential partners you are looking for in Moldova. But anytime here, it's my contacts. Thank you very much for your patience. And enjoy Moldova, and wishing you all the best.
Thank you very much, Mr. Fala. Now I invite on the stage Ms. Anna Chandra, Interim Director of National Office Tourism.
Hello? It's a great pleasure to welcome you to the Republic of Moldova and have the opportunity to introduce our country from a tourism perspective. On behalf of National Tourism Office, I would like to thank you for the interest in discovering our country. Today, I would like to take you on a short journey through Moldova and show you why our country is becoming an increasingly attractive destination for both leisure and business travelers. Let's begin. I'm Anna Sandra. I'm head of National Tourism Office. It's a public institution which is responsible for promoting and developing governmental program and plans. And Our mission is to position our country as an attractive, sustainable and competitive country on the international market. Here you can see the part of four areas of our activity. It's developing and promotion our inbound and domestic tourism, developing entrepreneurial skills in the tourism sector, I mean capacity building in this area, developing a competitive and high-quality tourism product. We mean different offers which are competitive and interesting for different countries which visit our country. And developing and promoting the country as a tourist destination. We mean participation on exhibition. It's about info tours with journalists, with bloggers, and different tourism operators from different countries. To better understand our destination, here a quick overview of Moldova, its size, population, currencies, capital city, and basic facts. Moldova is an emerging destination in Eastern Europe known for its authenticity, tradition, and warm hospitality. Place for travelers seeking real experience beyond mass tourism. It's a compact country, easy to travel and easy to explore. What makes Moldova unique? Its unique character. It's a destination for people who want authentic experiences. Moldova is multi-ethnic countries with different culture, tradition, and languages living together. This diversity is visible in our cuisine, music, crafts, and everyday life. Hospitality, it's not a tourism product in Moldova. It's a natural behavior. Chișinău also offers a dynamic cultural life with restaurants, wine bars, cafe, opera, ballet, theater and festivals. It's a city where tradition and modern life exist together in a natural way. Moldova is easier to reach than many people expect. There are direct flights from more than 80 cities across Europe and beyond, and new air routes have been opening since 2025. Another convenient option is flying to Iași International Airport in Romania, located close to Moldova's border, with fast and easy connection by bus or by train. This accessibility makes Moldova attractive both for short city breaks and longer thematic trips. The capital city, Chișinău, is modern, green, and welcoming. It's calm capital, not crowded, easy to walk, and safe for visitors. Here, tourism can find international hotel brands, comfortable accommodation, good services, and affordable prices. Chișinău offers reliable international accommodation standards, ensuring comfort and quality services for both leisure and business travelers. And about wine. Wine is one of Moldova's strongest identities. This country has one of the oldest wine traditions in the world, with more than 7,000 years of wine-making history. Moldova is one of the world's top wine destinations with the highest concentration of vineyards. There are around 300 wineries across Moldova, many of them open for visitors. Tourists can visit famous underground wine cellars, including some of the largest wine collection in the world, recognized by Guinness World Records. Wine tourism in Moldova is not only about tasting wine, it's about stories, peoples, tradition, and landscapes. Beyond our wineries, one of the best ways to discover Moldova is by following our thematic tourist routes. They connect history, culture, gastronomy, tradition, and nature into authentic experiences that allow visitors to truly immerse themselves in our country. One of the most important cultural rules is dedicated to Stephen the Great, the greatest ruler in Moldova's history. This route connects historical monuments, monasteries, fortresses and wineries, allowing visitors to discover not only our history but also our tradition and local communities. Is it also a cross-border tourism route linking Moldova and Romania, creating a shared cultural experience for international visitors? If you are looking for authenticity and spirituality, the wooden churches route offers exactly that. These churches reflect countries of local craftsmanship, religion, and architectural tradition. They are located in peaceful rural communities where visitors can experience the genuine atmosphere in Moldova villages. This route has also received international recognitions for its contribution for sustainable cultural tourism. The national gastronomic route connects Moldova with Romania and highlights the culinary tradition of different regions and ethnic communities. Along this route, visitors can discover rural guest houses, restaurants, wineries, farms, museums, monasteries, and gastronomic workshops. Moldova value tradition and craftsmanship. The ceramics route shows traditional pottery techniques, museum collections, and handmade products created by local artisans. It shows how these skills are preserved and passed from generation to generation. Traditional dishes are prepared from local, seasonal, and fresh ingredients. Many recipes are family recipes, passed from generation to generation. Meals are often prepared from products from garden, farms, and nearby villages. Food in Moldova is simple and deeply connected with our culture. Rural tourism is developing rapidly in Moldova. There are over 60 rural guest houses across the country, and the number is growing. Visitors can experience village life, traditional food, local customs, and cultural events celebrating wine, food, crafts, and traditions. Each season offers its own atmosphere and experiences. Nature lovers will enjoy Moldova's landscapes and protected natural areas. The country offers authentic experiences in nature away from crowds, perfect for travelers looking for peace and balance. There are natural reserves, natural park, and scenic valley that are still little unknown internationally. These experiences are available in all 4 seasons, in a calm, green, and uncrowded environment, perfect for travelers looking for peace and nature. Moldova offers also outdoor experiences for every type of traveler, from relaxing nature activities to more active and adventurous ones, all in a peaceful and natural setting. From kayaking and SUP to cycling, hiking, and camping, visitors can explore nature in an active and authentic way. For those passionate about history and culture, Moldova offers a remarkable journey through time. From the ancient Cucuteni-Tripilia civilization to the legacy of Stephen the Great, every destination has a story waiting to be discovered. Moldova cuisine is a blend of tradition, diversity, and authentic flavors. From homemade dishes and local cheeses, award-winning wines, every meal becomes a memorable cultural experience. Moldova offers excellent opportunities for MICE tourism, combining modern conference facilities, quality accommodation, and competitive prices. Business travelers can also enjoy authentic cultural, wine and gastronomic experiences, making every business trip truly memorable. The country has a strong private medical sector with modern clinics and well-qualified professionals. Dental care, fertility treatment and plastic surgery are high quality and more affordable than many European countries. This makes Moldova attractive for visitors, combining medical services with leisure travel. A pleasure also. We can't exclude it. Tourism promotion in Moldova is supported by modern digital tools and official tourist platform. Visitors can easily find information about destination, roads, events, and travel ideas online. Digital solutions help travelers plan their trips smoothly and discover authentic experience across the country. Moldova is the destination for travelers who want real experiences, not mass tourism. It's a safe, welcoming, affordable, and still undiscovered for now. We invite you to discover Moldova, to taste it, to feel it, and to experience its true spirit. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Now I have the pleasure to invite on the stage the last speaker of today, Mr. Hitesh Mehta.
I'm the last speaker. Am I audible? Bună ziua! Mulțumesc! Îmi pare bine să vă cunosc. Încerc să vorbesc câteva cuvinte în limba română. Vă rog să mă scuzați pentru accentul meu, dar vin din inimă. Sper că acest mic gest reflectă respectul meu sincer pentru frumoasa dumneavoastră, dar și dorința mea de construi o legătură autentică cu oamenii ei. Well, I was trying to speak a few words in Romanian language, and I meant that please excuse my accent, but it comes from the heart. I hope this small gesture reflects my sincere respect for your beautiful country and my desire to build a genuine connection with its people. Honorable Ministries, Excellencies, distinguished ambassadors, esteemed members of the Chamber of Commerce, business leaders, ladies and gentlemen. It is a profound honor and privilege to address this distinguished gathering in the gracious presence of the Honorable President of India and Moldova, of course, we had some time back. I extend my sincere gratitude to both governments, the Chamber of Commerce, FICCI, ASOCHAM, and all the organizing institutions for convening the important business forum. Your leadership and vision have created an exceptional platform for strengthening economic cooperation and forging enduring partnership between our two nations. The presence of both the heads of state today sent a powerful message that India and Moldova are committed not only to strengthening diplomatic relations, but also building a dynamic partnership driven by trade, investment, innovation, technology, and sustainable development. As an entrepreneur and industrialist, I firmly believe that moments such as these define the future of economic relations. Government established the vision, but it is business that transforms the vision into investments, industries, employment, innovation, and shared prosperity. India today stands among the world's fastest growing major economies with the GDP exceeding $4 trillion and a clear ambition of becoming a global manufacturing, innovation and a technology powerhouse. The transformation of India's investment landscape has been driven by visionary initiatives such as Make in India, Startup India, the Production Link Scheme PLI, PM Gati Shakti and National Logistic Policy. These reforms have created an environment that encourages global investment, promotes manufacturing excellence and strengthens resilient supply chains. For companies from Moldova, India offers extraordinary opportunities across advanced manufacturing, engineering, renewable energy, pharmaceutical, defense production, information technology, food processing, infrastructure, logistics, water management, and precision engineering. At the same time, Moldova's strategic location, skilled workforce, business-friendly environment, and growing innovation ecosystem positions it as an important partner for Indian enterprise seeking to expand into European markets. From my experience leading Shripal Metal Limited and Mehta Group at large, a diversified Indian industrial enterprise with a legacy of more than 4 decades and a business footprint exceeding USD $500 million into manufacturing and supply of nickel alloy pipes, copper pipes, and materials. Our experience across engineering and manufacturing, industrial infrastructure and international trade has allowed us to witness India's remarkable economic transformation firsthand. That experience gives me great confidence in saying that there has never been more exciting time to invest in India. I have learned that sustainable business relationships are built on 3 pillars: trust, quality, and long-term commitment. These same principles should guide the next phase of India-Moldova economic cooperation. As industries around the world reconfigure their supply chains, our 2 countries have a unique opportunity to collaborate in engineering, industrial manufacturing, critical minerals, infrastructure, energy, defense, agriculture, food processing, digital technologies, and advanced manufacturing. I also have the privilege of serving as a member of the Water Environmental Sustainability Council of ASSOCHAM and an advisor to the World Women Foundation. Experience that continually reinforced my belief that economic growth must be sustainable, inclusive, and responsible. Future partnership should therefore not only create commercial value, but also contribute to environmental stewardship, technological advancement, and social progress. The relationship between India and Moldova has all the ingredients for success: mutual respect, complementary strength, talented people, and a shared aspiration for prosperity. Our responsibility as leaders from government and industry is to convert these strengths into concrete outcomes, new investments, joint ventures, technology partnerships, research collaborations, resilient supply chain, and opportunity for the next generation of entrepreneurs. Let today's forum be remembered, not simply for the conversations we have, but for the partnership we create. Today, together, let us build an India-Moldova partnership that serves a model of innovation, resilience, sustainability, and shared growth. Ladies and gentlemen, before I conclude, allow me to leave you with one thought I believe captures the true purpose of today's gathering. We have all come here to make contacts, right? But our collective success will be measured by how many those contacts becomes contracts. Let today's introduction become tomorrow's partnerships. Let today's conversation become tomorrow's investments. Let today's handshake become tomorrow's joint ventures. And let today's goodwill become long-term economic cooperation that creates jobs, drives innovation, and delivers prosperity for both India and Moldova. As we say in business, the journey from contact to contract is where real value is created. I sincerely hope that every delegate present today leaves this forum not only with new acquaintances, but with new opportunities, meaningful collaborations, and lasting business relationship. I wish to express my heartfelt appreciation to our honorable respective President of India and Moldova for their visionary leadership in strengthening the friendship between our 2 countries, Their commitment gives confidence to the business communities of both nations to invest, innovate, and grow together. Allow me to conclude with final thought. The distance between India and Moldova is measured in kilometers, but the distance between our aspiration is remarkably small. Together, let us transform friendship into investment, ideas into innovation, contacts into contracts, and partnership into shared prosperity. Împreună putem construi un viitor mai puternic. Together we can build a strong future. Thank you once again, our host, the Chamber of Commerce, and every distinguished delegate present today. I wish this forum every success and look forward to seeing many meaningful partnerships emerge from today's discussion. Mulțumesc. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Moldova. And one last thing. Sorry, this is what happens. Bine et veniet India. This means welcome to India, to my Indian friends. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Dear guests, dear audience, this was for today. Now we're taking a break, and then we meet here again for B2B meetings. Thank you.